Hey guys, if you have a T2H template going back even like 3 years, if it's T2HC, T2HB, even T2HA going back a while, okay? This tool that I'm going to show you now is going to be useful to you. You're going to love it because it's just going to help you deal with content quickly. So let's say you wanted to get a lot of content into your websites, then you need to go either research topics or see what the competitors are writing about, borrow from, rewrite through, create your own version, and boom, right? And then you're going to create variations of it. Well, anyway, all this content, whoops, where am I even going? All this content that we're talking about would be coming from, it would start with the research. In other words, grabbing content from competitor websites that rank for the keywords, and then figuring out how we can create a version of that, right? Rewriting through it all to make it our own, okay? And then being able to use that along with our company information, company phone, blah, 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 right? So we probably go through different websites and set up the topics we're interested in and hand it off to a copywriter to rewrite through it and create versions of it. And then they hand it back, right? Now, the trick though is once you get all that up, then you want to make those global variables and then use the global variables inside the pages. You don't just want to handwrite in the pages because we're going to create sitemaps that are going to flip through versions, right? So we can't just have the content of the page. It's got to go in the global variables, and then the pages read from the global variables. So that's always been a pain, right? Because then you have to put the headlines, the paragraphs, the bullet points, everything has to go into the Excel file. And then from the Excel file, you know, we can create our versions of all the titles, of all the paragraphs, of all the bullets. Okay. Then we've got to create the right kind of coding for the pages themselves, right? So we need like header tags for H1, header tags for H2, paragraph tags for paragraphs, bullet tags for bullets, right? And that's a lot of work. At least it used to be until this morning. Now it's not a lot of work. So this changes everything. It saves hours and hours of work. And not just that, since it's so easy, you can create lots more variability and lots more different combinations because it's simple. It's not hard anymore to do this. So let me show you what I mean. These pages have content on them, right? And if we look in the back end to see what those pages look like, okay, then they look something like this. They've got tokens. It's all tokenized. There's hardly no wording in the page at all. It's reading from the global variables, right? All of our variables, right, are used to populate this up. So it must be hard to set this up, right? Usually, how would you have to do it? You'd have to actually create the global variable file for upload, and then you actually have to go into these pages and you have to like paste in your headers and then highlight some so that you can make them H1 tags, highlight others so you can make them paragraph tags, normal, and highlight, you know, H2 tags and everything else. So doing it manually is a real pain. I'm going to show you what our solution just became for that because it's awesome. All right, so here's what we're going to start with. We're going to do this. I've got my tool here. It's not put into Excel yet. We will very soon. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone, by the way. All you Americans out there, happy Thanksgiving. Can't wait. We're running around like crazy getting the house ready for guests tomorrow. And yeah, this is my only recording today. So I'm going to create a document, right? Just say something like, you know, plumbing contents, okay? And I'm going to open it, okay? So how would you do the whole job, basically, right? This is neat, okay? I'm just going to put it somewhere. I got to try to show you everything at once, right? Let's say I do a search for some local plumber, you know, like Denver plumber. Let's say I'm going after plumber. That's the whole point. I'm going to scroll down past the ads, past the maps, past Yelp and Angie's List and Home Advisor. I need to grab mom and pops who are ranking for the term, the best guys up there. That would be like these guys right here. I just opened a few. I opened that one, I opened that one, I scrolled down and opened that one, whatever. And that just gave me some pages to work with, right? Now I'm going to assemble useful plumbing topics. Maybe I've never met a plumber before and I don't know what they do, but just after going through a few websites, I'll know because they kind of all do the same thing. Oh, water heaters, water conditioning, drainage, sinks, toilets, faucets, pumps, tubs, showers, disposal pipes, and sewers. Wonder what these guys do for plumbing. Yeah, water heater, pipe, sump pump, you know, very similar, but I can add it all in or whatever I want to do. It doesn't matter. I'll just get some pages of content. plumbing repair, sewer scope, sewer repair, whatever it is. Okay, let me just go and pick some. Okay, so I'm gonna go here and go to like water conditioning, say. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I've got all this stuff about water conditioning on this page. Now, and again, this is like my research, right? Let's say I'm gonna go for like pipe replacement here, and let's say I'm gonna go for who knows what, sewer scope here. I don't even know what these things are, but I'm going to begin to start writing about them, especially if I go and do some just keyword research and find that, hey, people are writing about them. But you know what? The top guys showing up for plumber, they've already done this research. So I'm modeling after what they've done because they've already done a great job, right? That's the idea. Okay. So watch how quick this works because we got to get this into our format. Well, what do I need from this page? Basically, I don't need all this bit about serving cities. I can do this on my own. I don't need any of this other stuff in the sidebar. I can easily create that inside of T2H. But what I do need is basically, page content. So like that, including this headline here at the top of the blue. So I'm going to copy that. Okay. What am I going to do? I'm going to come over to my Word document and I'm going to paste as text only. I don't want the pictures. I want the formatting. Okay. Now what? Okay, so it gave me an H1 tag up here, an H2 tag, and a bunch of paragraphs, right? And actually gave me some bullet points too. I'll come back and deal with that pretty soon. But in the meantime, let me do this. Okay, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 underscores. That's our universal marker for separating between pages so that our process understands that. I'm gonna undo that borderline. Okay? And I'm just gonna copy it a couple times, because I'm gonna like, just put a couple more pages in here. I could put 18, 20 pages in. You'll see what I'm doing. All right, so I got the first page in there already, right? I can do small stuff if I want, like this apostrophe, Control-C, Control-H, Control-V. I can change it to an up and down, outright apostrophe, replace saw there. And they're probably done anyway because I did paste this text, so it's probably fine. I'm just letting you know. If you do see little formatting things, you can change them, like you can take that out, because you're probably going to say something different than this anyway. Remember, we just did our research bit here. Now what? I'm going to go to, let's say, some other page, maybe from some other website. I'm just showing you this so that you can see different websites. What difference does it make, right? I'll just do like so. Now this has got different headlines, different bullet sections. It's totally awesome. I'm going to make this the second page in my set. Okay. And I'm going to go get a third page, right? Now I probably pulled these into whatever order, dragged them around, made them the way I want them, in order to get them all lined up the way I want. And there you go. Look at that. Nice, man. Just a bunch of H2 tags with paragraphs, right? Shoom. Okay. There we have it. Copy. Okay. Now let's say I did this for a bunch more pages, right? Because I could, obviously. Okay, I don't need the bottom one there if I'm just going to stop here. But what could I do? Just so you know, all these things, right? I could right click and open them in new tabs. Anything that I thought was worth getting information for, right? I can go ahead and just, right click, open, and I can just go through my pages, copy the contents, paste it in, make it a new page. Copy the content, make it a new page. Copy the content, make it a new page. Copy the content, make it a new page. You guys see all that, right? That's not confusing at all, is it? So now I got it. Now, what would I do? I would save it and I would send this to a copywriter. Say, rewrite through it. Okay? Keep the format basically the same. Headlines are headlines. Subheadlines are subheadlines. Right? Rewrite through it. Okay? And then they'll send it back. Now, there's some other little changes I'll make. Like, I'll take out all the city stuff because we're going to use city tokens. And we'll use that separately and sprinkle it through the project. But my point here is different. I want to show you how easy it is to get this stuff into Excel the right way. So let's say I did do all that stuff. Let's say I dealt with all the company names. I took them out, right? A Denver plumber will examine our plumber crew, will examine our technicians, will examine your water softener, whatever. I fixed all that. So it's generic now. It doesn't mention any company names, doesn't mention any city. And by the way, if you hand this work off to a copywriter and have them do it, just tell them that's how you want it done. They'll do it that way, right? They'll already do it for you. They'll get rid of the company names, of course. They'll get rid of the cities, and they'll make sure that the grammar's fine. Now when they give it back to you, run it through Grammarly anyway. Make sure they did a good job. Make any last-minute changes. You can incorporate Grammarly into Word. if you have it, and you can run it right through here. Okay, so like right in place. Now, let's say I got that done. There's only a couple of things I need to do from here. First one, go back, locate anything I want to be bullet points, right? I may or may not want that to be bullet points. I might just leave it alone. But down here, this, yeah, heck man, that should be bullet points. So I'm going to make it bullet points. Okay. This should be bullet points right there. Yep. Anything else? Nah, just 2 sets really. But that's fine. That's good enough. I could make these bullet points too. It's just, I don't think that they need to be bullets or too long. Okay, ready? So it's plumbing contents, right? There. Let's say I got my like 18 pages done. Okay, what do I do now? I open this. This is where the magic happens. Okay, because so far we created pages and just separated them with how many? 5 underscores right in a row. Okay, undo the automatic borderline. Just 5 because our process is thinking about that. Here we go. We're on the input tab. What do I have for output? Nothing. Okay, just to know that, right? Let me go. Come all the way here, all the way up. Nothing. Final tab. Nothing. However, I do have my pages tab. What's that mean? Well, if you guys know, okay, from theme to HTML, you can download the feed file and it has all the information for everything spread across all the tabs, right? So all this page information, everything that makes the pages what they are, the type of page, the menu name, the parent page, whether it has one or is 0, meaning root page, page URL, you know, whether it's supposed to show the sidebar or not, which widgets will it show? They're highlighted, right? Because we control clicked on each one we want to show. There's the content for the page. And then if there are modules on the page, what modules? They'd be highlighted and there'd be some code we put in here for them. Then there's like the browser title, canonical URL, meta keywords, probably nothing goes here. Meta description, okay? And then if we do have any extra coding, we could put it in, okay? That's how all the pages are. They really have all these things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. However many things. And then whether it gets hidden in the menu or not, okay? That's how many pieces there are to this, all right, to each page. Well, we know that we can download that, right? I can download that feed file that has all the sections of this entire website, okay, where I can deal with it automatically. You guys know this, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so I could open the banner feed file right there, downloaded, right? And guess what it's going to give me? All the stuff here, right? For all the different sections of the system. Well, this is the pages section, okay? I can highlight it. Say I've already been working on it, but I need to update the contents. But like this, it took me a while to get this stuff figured out, you know? Maybe you already have stuff in here. That's the point, is that you could highlight this, okay? And you could make that the whole thing. You could paste right over this thing in the tool, right? Control V. And you can actually run the tool with this in place. That way you have all your formatting right. Because guess what's going to get replaced? Content only. Page 1, just the content section gets replaced. If I pull this in a bit, you'll be able to see a little better, right? Yeah. So content section gets replaced for page 1, and then scroll over. There we go. Page 2, content. This will get replaced, etc. Nothing else will get touched, right? So if you did have information in there, then it won't get affected at all. Or you might have no information, you're just trying to get the content first, and then you'll figure out the rest of the information around it. That's also fine. So if I wanted to, I could just like delete everything here. Okay, and I could start from scratch. This is for the content, and then you can build the other fields right off of that once you get it in. Here's how it works. I got the input, it says go for it. Only rule, really, make sure that the Word document is closed. All Word documents. Do not have any open Word documents when you run this tool. Okay? What do? You just say go for it. And it's going to say what file. Well, it's on the desktop, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. It was in Pages Maker. Yeah, there, plumbing contents. We'll let this run and see what it did. It's done. WAP. Okay, let's see what it did. Let's go back to input. Nothing here because that's input. Output though, check this out. You broke it out. There's our header 1, our header 2, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, 3. See how it's all marked properly? Page 1, header 1, page 1, header 2, first instance. Page 1, paragraph 1, page 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4, paragraph 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then guess what? Page 2, header 1, which is pipe repair and replacement. Remember, that was the second page we went to. So now we got our page 2, paragraph 1. Okay. Then what? Page 2, header, or page 2, header 2, first case, right? Page 2, header 2, second case, for whatever reason. And then it's got the bullets right here. Oh, that's why, because that would have been an opening for the bullets. Okay. So, see it? It also went this far. It created all the regular HTML coding. It's got header tags for the header 1. That's the H1 tags for header 1, H2 tags for header 2, paragraph tags for paragraphs, and then H1 again for the next header 1, and then a paragraph, H2 for the paragraph 2, and bullet point tags. It knows to start with unordered list because it's assuming that's what we want. Then LI items, right? List items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then when it gets done, it closes off the unordered list and it puts in a break tag. Want to change it to an ordered list? Just change the UL closing quote to an OL closing quote. Now you've got an ordered list and it'll number them instead. So there you have it. It's all right here. So guess what? So this is for your var sheet, right? It did all of that for you. Look how many columns wide, just in 3 pages that it did for you, okay? And on our pages, there it is. There's the content for the first page. Let me again make this easier to read, okay? Like so, all right? And then just drag that down so it's easier to see it, okay? I guess I can pull this out a little more. Even in a little more. All right, take a look. That's all the H1 stuff, or the page 1 stuff for page 1. If you go over to the next, you got page 2. Double click. All of it from the header 1 tag down to the end, whatever was there. We probably closed with something saying call us now. By the way, how does it recognize a header? Anything 100 characters or less is considered a header. The first one for the page is an H1. Nothing else on the page should be H1. It doesn't matter about formatting. Google does not want to see 2 H1 tags on one page. Okay? So H1 is the main topic of the page. All other headers on the page should be H2. They should be subheaders, subsections of the page. It's organization. Beyond that, it's all paragraphs. And then when there are bullet points, man, there are bullet points, right? And it did all that. So wherever it is that it was supposed to have all this in there, there's like what? Page 1, page 2, page 3, yep. And then wherever, like page 4 is somewhere in here. Oh, no, I had no page 4. All right, page 2, let me find that though. I wanted to find that just for everybody anyway, just to make sure we can see it, right? That's page 3, this is page 2. Yeah, see it? All of the, all of the bullet points are accounted for. All of this is done, okay? Everything is done for the contents on these pages. So whether I did that and now I want to put the rest of the stuff around it, you know, like what the title of the page should be, the URL, whether it has a parent page or 0, you know, because it has no parent page, show the sidebar 0 or 1. What are the sidebar widgets? Just comma separated widgets. Again, I could have done all that in the system in the first place and downloaded that file with all the details and then run this, and it would just fill in the contents. And I only deleted that so that you guys could see how that went. If I was going to do it again, it would be like this, right? Let me get that one more time. Okay, I'm just gonna paste it in right over the top of everything. Okay, so that's all the stuff along with the old content too. Okay, so if I want to make the point, let me just pull that out. Okay, I do want to make the point. So let me just go like, okay, F and T, right? Those are two contents. I can do three contents or so. Yeah, because I did 3 pages, right? Now let's just do that again, right? I can just do it again right over the top. I don't need to delete any of this stuff. I'll just run it one more time. Go for it. Plumbing. Okay, whether I had 3 pages or 150, okay, it did it. Output's done. Believe me, it was redone from scratch. This was recreated from scratch. This is recreated from scratch. This is now what it's supposed to be. Page 2 with all those bullet points in there. There's our page 3 with all the stuff in there. Notice how it didn't affect anything else. It's all just the way it was. All right. Still talking about garage doors, even though we went and got stuff for a plumber. But there you have it. I just want to show. So now I can take this entire thing, the pages here, copy it, come back to my feed file, highlight and paste, just whatever, like so. Okay. Okay, whatever. I'm sorry. Let me do it this way. Yeah, just delete it all. Okay, there we go. And then just come back and grab my stuff. Control C. Okay. Yeah, there. Now I'm done. What do you need to know to see if this can work on your version of T2H? Because, we've had them for like years. All you need to know is this. Okay. It puts the first one into column F. And then from there, it counts however many columns it needs to get to column T. So what is that? It's like after F, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 more columns. So as long as your cycle goes from like A to N, and then therefore O to AB, then you have the right number of columns for this layout to work perfectly for you. Okay, so this tool is totally useful to all of you that have columns, that many columns, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 columns, okay? That covers all the sections of the pages. So now when you go to upload it, it fills in all the pages with the right codes. And you can just continue doing your work with your var sheet. The output. Copy this to the var sheet that you're working on, and just start creating your variations for everything and start adding in your new columns for stuff, like city and keyword and service and everything else, right? So you can already do it, right? Okay. All right. And that's how you make your whole bar sheet. Okay. All right. I think you totally understand this tool. It is the holidays. Be watching for how it is that we put this thing out. We're going to give it a name. The name of this, I think, is Pages Maker. We're going to call it the Page Maker or the Pages Maker. Because really that's what it's all about, right? Making the pages, lining them up with the global variables in a great way, really efficient. Okay, there you have it, guys. So for those of you that want that, that's an efficient way. So it's efficient to create content, lay it out, have it right. And for those of you who think, well, I want to create more variety across stacks of pages, you can do different versions. One could be like header 1 paragraph, header 2 paragraph, paragraph, header 2 paragraph, paragraph, header 2 paragraph. Another could be like header 1, header 2, paragraph, 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 header 2, paragraph, paragraph, paragraph. Whatever you want. The point being that you can easily line up the matching vars, the variables, with matching page contents, so you can absolutely line those up. And for those of us doing the bulk work, can we make those different on every single row? So if we have like 2,500 rows in a project, sort of, but we can certainly do different versions from website to website to website without question. Okay, so just so you know, it's really amazing. And yeah, it simplifies tons of work, right? Makes work so much easier. saves hours and hours. Okay, that way we can get things done faster. All right, happy Thanksgiving.